I am Nabila. Today our topic is about static application security testing or SAST with ThunderScan Desktop and Enterprise. What can you expect from the presentation? First is solution overview. What is static application security testing? An overview. Product overview. ThunderScan Desktop and Enterprise. And before end the session will be an open discussion or clarification. Solution overview of SAST. Static application security testing, SAST, is a testing methodology that analyzes source code to find security vulnerabilities that make your organization's applications susceptible to attack. SAST scans an application before the code is compiled. It's also known as white box testing. What are the key steps to run SAST effectively? There are 6 simple steps needed to perform SAST efficiently in organizations that have a very large number of applications built with different languages, frameworks, and platforms. First is finalize the tool. Select a static analysis tool that can perform code reviews of application written in the programming language you use. The tool should also be able to comprehend the underlying framework used by your software. Second is create the scanning infrastructure and deploy the tool. This step involves handling the licensing requirement, setting up access control and authorization, and procuring the resources required, for example, servers and database to deploy the tool. Third is customize the tool. Fine-tune the tool to suit the needs of the organization. For example, you might configure it to reduce false positives or find additional security vulnerabilities by writing new rules or updating existing ones. Integrate the tool into the build environment. Create dashboard for tracking scan results and build custom reports. Next is prioritize onboard applications. Once the tool is ready, onboard your applications. If you have a large number of applications, prioritize the high-risk applications to scan first. Eventually, all your applications should be onboarded and scanned regularly, with application scans synced with release cycles, daily or monthly build, or code check-ins. Next is analyze scan results. This step involves tracking the results of the scan to remove false positives. Once the set of issues is finalized, they should be tracked and provided to the deployment teams for proper and timely remediation. Last, provide governance and training. Proper governance ensures that your development teams are employing and scanning tools properly. The software security touchpoints should be present within the SDLC. SAST should be incorporated as part of your application development and deployment process. How is SAST different from DAST? SAST, white box security testing. The tester has access to the underlying framework, design, and implementation. The application is tested from the inside out. This type of testing represents the developer approach. Thus, black box security testing. The tester has no knowledge of the technologies or framework that the application is built on. The application is tested from the outside in. This type of testing represents the hacker approach. SAST requires source code. SAST doesn't require a deployed application. It analyzes the source code or binary without executing the application. Does require a running application. Does doesn't require source code or binary. It analyzes by executing the application. SAST finds vulnerabilities earlier in the SDLC. The scan can be executed as soon as code is deemed feature complete. SAST finds vulnerabilities toward the end of the SDLC. Vulnerabilities can be discovered after the deployment cycle is complete. SAST is less expensive to fix vulnerabilities. Since vulnerabilities are found earlier in the SDLC, it's easier and faster to remediate them. Finding can often be fixed before the code enters the QA cycle. Thus, it's more expensive to fix vulnerabilities. Since vulnerabilities are found towards the end of the SDLC, remediation often gets pushed into the next cycle. Critical vulnerabilities may be fixed as an emergency release. SAST cannot discover runtime and environment-related issues. Since the tool scans static code, it cannot discover runtime vulnerabilities. Thus, can discover runtime and environment-related issues. Since the tool uses dynamic analysis on an application, it is able to find runtime vulnerabilities. SAST typically support all kinds of software. Examples include web applications, web services, and TIC clients. Thus, typically scans only apps like web applications and web services. Product overview: ThunderScan Desktop and Enterprise. SAST with ThunderScan Desktop and Enterprise. Defense Code ThunderScan is a SAST static application security testing or white box testing solution for performing deep and extensive security analysis of application source code. ThunderScan is easy to use, requires almost no user input, and can be deployed during or after development with easy integration into your DevOps environment and CI or CD pipeline. Such solution provides an excellent way to automate code inspection as an alternative to the demanding and time-consuming procedure of manual code reviews. Remove security vulnerabilities such as code injection, SQL injection, cross-site scripting, path directory traversal, and many more. Enable you develop applications such as PCI DSS, SANS CWE Top 25, OWASP Top 10, or NIST. Why large enterprises are replacing their current SaaS solution with Defense Code, ThunderScan, or SaaS? With Defense Code ThunderScan, SaaS is it is impossible to scan millions of source code lines across 29 different programming languages and various programming frameworks within hours or even minutes. Scalability combined with repeatability of automation provide an easy and painless way to introduce security into your DevOps for organizations ranging from small development teams up to the largest enterprises. ThunderScan detects publicly disclosed vulnerabilities. ThunderScan includes a dependency check component, software composition analysis-SCA, that will detect publicly disclosed vulnerabilities contained within a project's dependencies with associated CVE entries. Application source code analysis has proven consistently to the most comprehensive way to ensure that your application is free of security vulnerabilities such as SQL injection, cross-site scripting, path directory traversal, code injection, and many more. With ThunderScan, SAST is very easy to meet the compliance standard requirements such as PCI DSS, SANS, or OCWE Top 25, OWASP Top 10, HIPAA, HIPTrust, or NIST. ThunderScan SAST easy to use and very powerful REST API allow you customize source code scanning and scale across large number of scanning agents. Defense Code ThunderScan has repeatedly recognized its effectiveness by discovering critical vulnerabilities in well-known open source applications. ThunderScan performs fast and accurate analysis of large and complex source code projects, delivering precise results and low false positive rate. Benefit of SAST: automate security vulnerability testing, fast, accurate, and actionable results, seamless DevOps and CI or CD integration, powerful REST API interface, scalability and cross-platform support, low false positive rate, support a wide range of programming language, on-premise or SaaS options, standard compliant reports. ThunderScan Enterprise SaaS now support Linux. Defense Code announced that the previously Windows OS only ThunderScan Enterprise SaaS server solution now supports Linux operating system with all modern distributions. With the complete porting of all available SaaS engines and the API server, the cross-platform goal that was started with API CLI clients for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS, and IDE extensions, Visual Studio, Eclipse, IntelliJ is now complete. With the latest edition of COBOL support, ThunderScan can perform comprehensive security assessment of desktop, web, and mobile application source code for 20 supported languages. And it has repeatedly proven its effectiveness by discovering critical vulnerabilities in popular open source applications. Cross-platform capability adds to defense code, continuing improvement of the coverage, accuracy, and overall performance of SaaS solutions. We have covered today's topic, so if you have any inquiry related to this topic, feel free to email it to us at info@e-spincorp.com.